Hey there, my friends in tech. And so we're taking a look at the Google Pixel 6a today. And honestly, I got to say that this phone is probably pretty underrated out there and still today continues to get mixed reviews. As there are people out there that are having a great experience with their Pixel 6a, and then there are people who have recently got the Pixel 6a or have gotten it like in the last year and have had a very bad experience. Um, I can say this though, my experience with the Pixel 6a has been really, really good. I have no problems and no complaints at all whatsoever regarding the device. It handles everything that I do without any problems at all. You know, no hiccups, no jank, no jitter, none of that stuff, no app crashes, no display freezes. Kind of. I'll say on that, kind of. And that is because I recently downgraded it from Android 15 beta back to Android 14. When it was on beta 15, literally there were times where the display would freeze, and that's obviously having to do with the software itself being in beta. But on Android 14, it's totally fine. Smooth. Animations are smooth. Display is just fine. So I really have no complaints there. And the cameras on it, really decent. Even though it maintains the older camera sensors used throughout the older generation Pixels, it still does pretty good. Here's some video samples for you guys.
All right, so we still, oh, so we got to unlock a card so we can put gas in the car. But yeah, I'm recording video on the Pixel 6a, and it's still a good phone. I would tell people not to sleep on this phone. This phone is actually like really decent. Especially, you know, you can probably find it in places that's like, you know, under $100. So just keep that in mind. But we'll flip the camera around so you guys can see the other side. It's actually a pretty nice sunset. I think that even though it's not one of the, you know, megapixel like the Pixel 8a, camera on it actually does pretty good. I mean, the sky and everything looks really nice in color. I'd say I'm trying not to film people, so just watching where I turn my camera. But that's a pretty nice sunset, and I think the color representation as far as video playback is going to be pretty dope.
And I think those videos did very good as far as, you know, color representation and scenery, as well as audios. You're going to get some pretty good video recordings with that. But kind of moving forward, the device in itself is going to emulate everything the Pixel 6 is, with just the corners cut being the build quality. The device is polycarbonate plastic with aluminum side rails, and holding it in hand, you would have not known that unless someone pointed that out, because the back actually does feel like glass. It really does. So I get the terminology that they say glastic with the Pixel 6a, and hey, pick one up for yourself. But on top of that, you get all the Google service benefits with having a Pixel device, including Gemini AI, and you know, its functions and capabilities are working just fine with the Tensor G1 chip. So for those out there on the fence because of the mixed reviews, I can say this: the Tensor G1 actually still is very capable and handles things very well. Heavy intensive gaming, you may see some issues with that, I'll be honest. But I'm not a heavy intense gamer on my phone. Everything I do on here is like social media, and pretty much that's that. Battery life on this has been honestly great, especially being back on Android 14. The battery life has just been superb. I have no problems at all whatsoever, and I can make it through an entire day on the battery without any issue at all whatsoever, using the phone that I like how I normally use it. So I'll get a good amount of time of battery on it. Recording video and taking pictures and stuff can eat the battery, and that's pretty much all that I experience with that. The audio's on it is just fine. I can hear videos clear, no problems at all. You know, in general, I would say this: if you're on the fence about the Pixel 6a, I would say it is worth picking up today, especially if you can find it for like 150, and even at some points, $100. But that's my thoughts on the Google Pixel 6a.